early on in the day. Here's who made it to today's final. Your automatic qualifiers from Stony Brook, Van Moffitt. From Vermont, John Benner. And the freshman from Lowell, Daniel Cosgrove. He ran in that pretty slow heat, the second heat of yesterday's race. We'll get to that a little more in a second here. Derek Holmes, the sophomore from UMass Lowell, is in there as well. Brett Horner, the senior from UNH. Dan Schaffer, who performed well last year, a junior from Binghamton. Michael Watts from Stony Brook, a senior. James Wilkes, the sophomore from UNH. William Ulrich, who did not finish with a great time yesterday because he was in that slower heat, but a certainly favorite going in. He's in there. Samuel Latine is a junior from UNH. Taylor Baranowski, a sophomore from UMBC. And Harrison Malloy, the UMass Lowell junior. As I seem to ask you every time before one of these middle distances, what are you looking for in the next couple minutes?
It'll be interesting to see if this race takes out the same kind of pace that we saw in the women's race. Many more athletes that have a chance at a win. We do expect to see guys like Dan Schaffer and William Ulrich near the front, but there's a lot of guys that could contend for those podium spots, so I expect it could be a little bit more tame, possibly more like that third heat where Schaffer and Ulrich kind of took control, slowed the pace way down, and then took off at the finish. They only ran 4 minutes, saving themselves up for today. And early on, see a big pack of athletes all together, so it's not moving that quickly.
Ulrich, one of the favorites. He's a 5-time America East champion. At the 2019 indoors, he won the mile and was also in that 4x800 relay and the distance medley relay for UNH, a senior from Minola, New York on Long Island.
48 high, pretty pedestrian through the first 300. So it does look like they're going to take it easy. It might be a sit and kick race, but you do see Ulrich up near the front with one of his UNH teammates positioning themselves well.
Ulrich and James Wilkes in the front there in a championship race. We talked about this yesterday with having a teammate out there, but when you're going for a championship to win it all, how does having a teammate affect this kind of race?
Well, there's certainly a team strategy to it. I'm sure that the coaching staff got together with these athletes when you have a few from the same team, say, hey, here's what we're going to do in order to make sure that our guys are set up well. I mean, I think we see 4 UNH athletes in this race, so they definitely have a team game plan. And like we also said before, you have an idea of how you're feeling relative to your teammates because you know how they react to certain moves in races or their breathing rhythm or just simply their stride.
John Benner is in the black and gold to the left side with the 2 on his chest. He's a junior from Needham, Massachusetts, and Matt Belfield said this is his best chance. The 1500 is how he's going to win a championship if he does as a junior at UVM.
Still very packed in. You see kind of a little bit of jostling for position as they come through about the halfway point in 2:03, which is very slow. It's even slower than that third heat came through in yesterday. A lot of guys jostling for position because it's so slow. They want to make sure that they've got some room for when the move is made.
From left to right in the front of the pack is Benner, Ulrich, and James Wilkes. Wilkes not a favorite to win this, but just keeping pace with his teammate. And the guy with the white hair at top there, he's got a chance for a victory when he turns the corner.
Yeah, the thought process here is that any of these guys can easily run a time around 4 minutes. So you might as well be in the front and be ready to react to moves than be one of the guys who's stuck in the back and have to move harder around these other guys as they speed up somewhere around now as they only have 500 to go.
2 Seawolves coming around the outside, Michael Watts and Van Moffitt. Moffitt, one of the automatic qualifiers, as you see Brett Horner going wide to make a move and may actually get in front there, but John Benner pulls ahead for the Catamounts.
Yeah, a lot of jostling, guys getting bumped around as people are everyone's trying to make moves now as they're getting antsy. They came through with 400 to go at 3 minutes, so I expect this last lap to be very quick.
Benner has a couple legs ahead. Right on his heels is Van Moffitt, the junior from Stony Brook.
Ulrich's moving to the back. I'm really surprised by this as he's really turning it on now, but he dropped to about 10th or 11th place, and now he's trying to pick it up. It doesn't look like he's going to have enough room as he's so far on the outside with so many guys between right now.
Right now it looks like Benner and Moffitt in the front, going to come down the home stretch, the 2 of them.
Schaffer's there, Cosgrove's there, lots of athletes that are going to swing wide and get way outside as they come down the home stretch.
As we expected, a great finish ahead for the 1500 in the men's.
It's going to be Schaffer.
There's Dan Schaffer.
Pulling away.
Legging out John Benner, and Dan Schaffer of Binghamton is an America East champion.
closes somewhere around 56. As I said, knew that last lap would be fast, and it certainly was.
Schaffer, the junior from Endicott, New York, knew this was his best chance at a title, and he took advantage of it. Came in second in the 8K at the cross-country championships in October, but now locks in the America East Championship as an individual in the men's 1,500 meter.
Yeah, very much a sit-and-kick race, which was somewhat expected, but really just letting everyone loose and saying who's got the best 400 when we've all been out jogging for a couple laps and who set themselves in a good position to be able to make that hard move.
So we talked about William Ulrich kind of falling towards the back in the last 400 meters or so and then tried to kick it in the last 250. What happened to him there? Yeah,
it's tough to say. I mean, he closed in like a 61. He's certainly better than that, so he might just not be feeling good today. A little bit surprising as you see all these guys come home and close so hard. Expected him to be there, but not today. And Schaffer was able to take advantage and had a great finish and good day for him. Walk away with a win.
Vermont's John Benner comes in at second there. Benner, the junior from UVM, PR'd last weekend in the 800 meter at 1:54.58. Didn't see his time if he topped that today.
These times today probably won't be anyone's PRs as